Welcome back to Timoteo Mentoring Through Sports Network. Again, I'm Eric Moore, and I'm here with a host of coaches and players to predict the rest of the games from the second 2:30 game and the next two 4 p.m. games. And we'll start with Chris Lahr with the 2:30 game.
Yeah, so the first game is an exciting one, right? It's a rival, the Packers and Eagles, but I think this year the rival is going to look a little different than it has in the past. The Packers and Eagles both have lost a lot of players than they had last year, and I think they're both making adjustments. Now the Eagles, they're in trouble. They're decimated. They have just 8 people on the team, and like 6 or 7 of them are ones, and so they're going to be in trouble trying to complete a full team. So I don't know what they're going to look like. They always struggle early on in the year. Now the Packers, on the other hand, they lost White Boy, right? So then they have Qua. And so they're back up to Qualis Collier. They're both injured. So then they're putting a third-string quarterback in. I'm not sure. I think the Packers are going to struggle a little bit offensively early on this season. The Eagles, I think they're going to just struggle all around until they can, maybe till like week 3 or 4, they start putting pieces together. So I think this game is going to be a close one. I think the Packers, one thing you can always rest assured is they're going to have good defense. And so I think they're going to beat the Eagles 19-12 in the matchup week 1.
Yeah, I'm going the other way with this game. I got the Packers beating the Eagles 27-6. The Eagles, like Chris was saying, they're really struggling this year. They got a lot of work to do. And I think Collier will be ready to play for that game, which he wasn't here at the preseason. He might be a game-time decision, but if Collier is playing hands down, they're going to win 27-6. If Quad and Collier don't show up like they didn't show up on Saturday, it will be a closer game. But I believe those two guys will be there. They are some frauds for not showing up on Saturday. And the score will be 27-6. Packers beat the Eagles.
Yeah, I think these are two teams with a lot of question marks. These are always two teams that you figure could always either meet each other in the championship. Always maybe, one of the maybe two of the best 4 teams in the league. This year, we're not sure. I mean, they lost a lot of guys, losing White Boy and Leroy from the Eagles. But the Eagles still have a nice little core. They have Jalil, Josh, Wes, and Jimmy and Teddy. They just have to find other players to play with them, and I think both teams are struggling at quarterback, trying to replace what they had from last year. So I think this is going to be a game where, it's going to be a defensive game where both teams are really trying to find themselves. And on the Packers, I think we gotta rely on who's healthy. I mean, if we have to go Allen, Steve, and Dante and ride these guys all the way through on offense, we're gonna have to do that. We also have some young guys that are itching to play, so we can see if they can hold it down for us coming against this big game. And then if this was the playoffs, I'd give the Eagles the edge in this one. But since this is the regular season, I'm gonna give us the edge, winning 20-19. But it should be a really good game.
Wow, that's pretty impressive, buddy. And all 3 of you gentlemen going with the Packers. But what I'm more concerned with is the 2 frauds that Leo mentioned, Collier and Qua. That's been talked throughout the preseason that these 2 guys didn't show up, and I think that they were putting on. I think you, buddy, held them out purposely, like as if it was the Heat and the Thunder playing in the NBA championship, hold them out to get some rest. So, but you know what? Let's go to the 4 p.m.
They are getting old.
Yeah, let's go to the 4 p.m. games here with the 49ers.
No comment.
Yeah. We got the 49ers and Cowboys. This is going to be interesting. Now, the thing about the 49ers, right? They have some key players. They got Felix and Freddie back and Crash. So I think they're going to be a strong kind of a hidden team that people kind of forget about. I think they're going to come out strong. Now, the Cowboys, right? You guys didn't make the playoffs last year, did you? Right? It was the Cowboy curse. I named it week 1, the Cowboy curse. Any team that calls themselves the Cowboys cannot win consistently in this league. But there's a loophole. I found a loophole for the Cowboys.
Wow.
If they will change their names to the London Jaguars,
yes,
the curse will be broken. Because we all know Jacksonville is going to be moving to London sooner or later. If you become the London Jaguars, and let us call you the London Jaguars, you may have a chance to win. But until that time, L's across the board. I have right now 49ers 34, Cowboys 25.
Wow.
I'm going to straight leave it on the table right here, flat out.
Jaguars.
38-6, Cowboys win big. Let me tell you something, right? We are not the Dallas Cowboys. We do not have a curse. We are the Timoteo Cowboys.
Wow.
We like to be called the boys. The boys will put on a show on Saturday at 4 o'clock. I also want to tell you guys that the coaching staff last year is not here this year. This year we got a different coaching staff, guys with experience from Timoteo, guys with championships, what I think a lot of guys like at this table.
Wow.
So, this year, the Cowboys are for real.
Jaguars.
Well,
That's some big shoes to fill over there.
definitely, yeah. Well, the 49ers, I think they're the team the first team that started practicing this year, and they've been working really hard, and they're gonna be, a top, probably 4 or 5 team in this league. But what sucks for Felix and Crash and and Matt and these guys and Freddie is that they're not going against a regular Timoteo team. They're going against, they call themselves boys. They're going against men. This could be probably the greatest Timoteo team put together of all time. Phil Jackson would come back and coach football just so he can get another ring with this team he has here. It's that easy. They're going to have scouts coming in every week to come check these guys out. How many guys have D1 scholarships already? About 4 or 5 of them at least. This game is not going to be fun. It's going to be 66-6. I'm letting you guys know now, 49ers, don't judge yourself off this loss. 66-6. That's what it's going to be.
66.
Blowout, man. Blowout. 49ers, you don't have a chance. Just look forward to the next week.
Now, listen, I have one question for the all-pub coaching champion over there, Leo. How are you going to win if you can't put any twos on the field?
That's all right.
You got all ones.
They only need 5.
Yeah.
They're so good.
They
only need 5 on 7. It's still good.
That's what I like there. And I love your comment about you're the only person up here that has a championship caliber on the table. That's pretty impressive.
When I coached the Redskins a couple years ago, I was, everybody know me, I'm Leo Belichick. I had 3 players out there, and I think it was the Colts or the Ravens we played against. They couldn't score just with 3 guys out there. So I'm not too concerned playing with 3 guys. It wouldn't be the first time we go through this, So, we look.
So let's try to get this last 4 o'clock game against the Ravens and the Colts, Chris. And let's see
Yeah, the
what you
Ravens,
got.
and I'm calling this the brawl from the Taj Mahal. It's a gamble to see who's going to win this thing. And I think after week 1 preseason, the Ravens already getting in the fight. Colts already leaving with attitude. So I'm not really sure what to expect here, except we need to call security. We might need to get Zeus in there or something to help us with security this game. Now listen, guys. This is a game where you want to give everything you have to win, but not at the cost of brotherhood, right? At Timoteo, we create a different culture, right? We're going to give you the best football we can have, but not at the expense of fighting and getting on each other. So it usually takes 1 or 2 games for guys who are new to the league to figure out what we're all about. I think eventually these guys will figure that out. If they do, then I think the Ravens could be a very good team. I think if they don't, they're going to fall apart. And by the time we play in week 7, there won't even be anybody. It'll be like playing the boys with like 3 people on the field. So, but this week, I think the Ravens will win this game against the Colts 25-19.
Yeah, I got this a close game too. I got the Ravens winning 20-19. I think extra points is very important in this league. A lot of kids forget about that, and I think the Ravens will win by an extra point. The Colts gonna come out struggling. The Ravens will be up at the half, but they'll make a late comeback, but just fall short.
Yeah, I got the Colts. They're a team that's going to score points. They're always going to score points. Even though they're going against these bullies over here on the Ravens, I still think they'll be able to score. I don't think they're easily intimidated at all. Wayne's a tough guy.
Yeah.
He's
Good
tough. He's
coach.
as tough
Good
as they
coach.
come.
Good coach.
He's not like Tone.
Good
Wayne
coach.
isn't all talk.
Good coach.
So with the Ravens here, I don't know if they can put it all together. I don't know if they can't even control their own emotions sometimes, but they are a talented team. But I think they learned from their mistake here, but I still got the Colts winning 18-13, and I think the Ravens use this as a tool to build for the future because I believe they could be a playoff team this year.
Well, my question is that the Ravens' new coaching staff, Tony, I think he's got to get his team under control. And I think once he gets his team under control, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. They got some players that played all public as well and all Catholic school league. So I think they're going to be a pretty tough team as long as Coach Tony can get and Danny, the administrator, can get this team under control and control the tempers of these players so that we don't have to end the games with like the Flyers, Broad Street Bullies.
There you go, Timoteo Bullies over there.
Right. We get the Timoteo Bullies over here on 8th Street over there. But that's it for the predictions. Now we can go into the new realignment and new game time changes. That's Timoteo, mentoring through sports football.